going on, people? This is Inflewence. Yes, got the same Panther shirt on. Yes, it's a different day though. I just want to give a little more review, Black Panther review, after seeing it a second time in a better theater. It was great. It was a great movie. It was great. But I'm going to go into some spoilers. So if you ain't seen my spoiler-free rambling video, I'll put it in the description, or I'll put it on the end cap, so you can so when it pops up, or maybe I'll pop it up here. I don't know, but if it's not popping up here, I'll put it on the end cap. So spoilers in 5 seconds. Give your time to mosey on along. So yes, Black Panther. I wanted to give a second review because of the hype. I was super hyped, and I know being hyped can skew your review or your feelings on something. And so I've been looking forward to this movie forever. Just a little bit backstory. I gave a little bit backstory in the last video, but I've been looking forward to this forever. And reason I've been looking forward to it forever is because once they said they were going to do the Avengers, he's one of my favorite characters. So I just knew he was going to be one of the main ones, even though he came a little later than I would have liked. And it the negative reviews that I've seen were because of the type of movie it was, which I'm not really understanding those reviews. I know some of the negative reviews are just straight up assholes, just to put it bluntly. That for whatever reason, or for the obvious reason, they don't like the movie just because they're not going to like the movie. But I'm not that person that thinks everybody that gives it a negative review or doesn't like it or feels some type of way about it is racist or anything else. Granted, there's a lot of those out there, but I'm not one of those. If you can tell me concrete reasons why, and I can sit there and be like, oh, well, I can see, because everybody's not gonna like everything. So that's one. And you know, I would encourage you guys to be the same way. Like, just don't jump to certain conclusions. Now, we all know that there's a lot of people out there that's just that way. So it's just they're not gonna like the movie. So, but like I said, one of the negatives I heard, I just wanted to discuss some of the movie, is the fact that it's an origin story this late in the game. Personally, I love that it's an origin story because we haven't gotten an origin story for Black Panther. Like, it doesn't make sense to me to jump into a story just because the character was introduced in Civil War. Like, nobody knew anything about him that didn't read the comics. So they're just like, oh, this dope ass new person. Okay, my light's falling. Sorry about that. My light fell. Person and people that don't know the comics just don't know anything about him. So origin story made sense to me. I'm not sure why it didn't make sense for other people. I know people wanted it to lead up to Infinity War a little bit more. That may be a criticism. I'm not criticizing them for not doing that because it's a lot going on leading up to that, and I think there'll be I think there's a lot more Wakanda in Infinity War. So I believe that's why they did not lead up to it, and I like the ending credit scenes, the last two scenes. The first one was kind of, I mean, it was okay. The ending, the middle end credit scene, not all the way at the end, but all the way at the end, I like that they established that, you know, we all knew he was there. Even though I want to keep this, even though this is spoiler, I'm trying to keep it somewhat. I guess I don't want to spoil everything, but so yeah, I was good on the credit scenes. I thought they were dope. I like that it was an origin story. I like that they meshed. I don't know if people are reading the books, but they meshed like a few different storylines, not storylines, but continuities in the comics. Because as comics, and that's another thing that I don't understand why people get mad at the movies, because they're treating the movies as their own thing outside of the comics, and a lot of people don't understand that. They can't get that. Just like in the comics, how they had What If, they had a book by a certain person, written by a certain person, that may follow a whole completely different storyline than a different book that's written by a different person, but it's the same character. So they had liberties in comics, and everybody knows that. That's why I'm not, as long as they don't stray far away from the book. I love how they have the suits, like how it progressed in tech, which is, I mean, I'm glad they didn't have like the cat suit, like the leotard looking suit, but they had the plain suit. Then it got more advanced, and I like that they did that. That was pretty dope. The performances, hands down, were amazing. Of course, because these actors are amazing. Like, I think these are some of the best actors they've had in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Period. Denai. I mean, I know a lot of people follow The Walking Dead as well. We all know how she can, well, at least people that follow The Walking Dead. We all know. Stream close up there. We all know, her skills, and I like that I think she got to show a little bit more in this movie than she does on The Walking Dead. Even though she's no slouch on The Walking Dead, I just think she's badass, and Denai, she gets the salute. Chadwick Boseman, what can I say? He's been great in everything he's been in. I knew he would do great. Everybody, Lupita, oh man, I can't remember her name. His sister, the princess. Oh, I can't remember her real name. I'm trying to Sherry, but I can't remember her real name. I apologize. Not that she's watching or anything, but she did wonderful. I love her. I love her gadgets. Like, she was the Q. Like, this movie was a James Bond movie, and that's what they kind of described it as when leading up to it. And I didn't understand what they meant by that, but I do now. And I think it was great. Andy Serkis was wonderful as Claw, Ulysses Claw. I don't think he's dead, to tell you the truth. Major spoiler, but I did say this would be spoilers. But they made it look like it, but I don't know. I don't think he is. But he may be. Who knows? Killmonger. I know there was some criticisms of Killmonger. I think Michael B. Jordan is a great actor. I loved him in everything he's been in, except Fantastic Four. But Fantastic Four was a suck-ass movie. So I just think that was the writing. But I really liked him in this. I like the fact that they did his character with some dimension. It wasn't just good or bad. I mean, he was terrible. Of course, he did some terrible stuff, but you felt for him. I could feel, being a black man, and this just has to. There's no getting around that. That if you're a black man, you can feel what he's saying. You can feel the fact that there's people out there that can do more than they're doing, and he might have not went about it the same way, but you look at your neighborhoods, you look at stuff, and you know that there's people out there that can do more for disenfranchised people. Not just black people, but disenfranchised people. But just, black, brown, people in the inner city, stuff like that. Like, I felt his mission. Now, he killed a bunch of people, and obviously, when he took off a shirt, he killed a lot more people, I guess, in war and all over, whoever, Afghanistan, wherever he's been. He was definitely a major assassin, because he had the markings, and each marking was supposed to be a kill, so it was a lot. But that was dope. The women in the movie, I think, stole the show somewhat. They, like Denai, like her character definitely put it down. Like I want to see more of her, and we will, cause she's in Infinity War. So, you will see more of her character. What else? This movie had Iron Man 1 feel for me. It was that caliber. And I know people always ask about ranking with the MCU for people that are fans and watch all the MCU movies. Now, this movie has drawn a lot of other people that's never seen a Marvel movie before, which I think is great. But people that are actual fans of the comics and the MCU and everything, and just waiting, like I think we really appreciated this movie. As well, I think I've heard most people, even people that didn't know what was going on, they appreciated the movie. Like it was his storytelling. It's a little slow in the beginning, but I believe that's just the build. Like he's built this world. Like I know more about Wakanda, more about every single main character in one movie than I do about Thor in Asgard and Guardians of the Galaxy. Like it's crazy to me. For me, the ranking is up there. Winter Soldier is probably one of my favorite Marvel movies, and I think it's under Winter Soldier or next to Winter Soldier for me. This movie, Avengers is top, one of the top tiers. The first Avengers, because that's like I think that was a perfect superhero movie, perfect team up. First time we ever got to see something like that. Been waiting for these characters to be on screen forever. I just think it was a great, Avengers is just a great movie. So let me see. Did I cover everything I wanted to cover? Yeah, my recommendation is to go see it. Of course, if you haven't seen it and you're watching this, I don't know why, because I did have a couple spoilers, but I didn't have too many. So just. I'm trying to think what other topics. It was just a hell of a movie. Like seeing it for the second time, I really appreciated it. The first time I saw it was in a movie theater where the sound was trash. I saw it in IMAX where the sound was awesome. That brought me 10 times more into the movie. Of course, because I'm a sound guy. I'm a producer. I make music. I love music. Oh, the soundtrack. Kendrick Lamar and the composers, everybody killed it. Like I think they set the mood, the atmosphere in every scene for just the soundtrack was amazing. The regular soundtrack, the score, everything that they did, just using the African music, traditional, African drums and things of that nature. Oh man, it was a masterpiece, I think. I think it was a masterpiece, and I truly believe that. I'm trying to be objective and not be a hype beast, but nothing I can say. I love the movie. I saw it twice. I'm going to see it again. I rarely do that. I see movies twice at times. I saw Avengers twice. I saw Civil War twice. I really like the Russo brothers, so anything they do, I'm really going to like. And now, Ryan Coogler was one of my favorite young directors. So just go see the movie. This has just been a little second review. All right, peace.
Hip hop, I feel I gotta say, who am I? You might say influence, and I spit better than most in this game.